Hey, welcome to Cannabis News Florida broadcast from the Florida Medical Cannabis Conference and Exposition in wonderful Naples, Florida. And with me I have Josh Hoffman with Pur Well. Josh and I have known each other for a while now, but I think it was time to do a little education for those, kind of basic education about terpenes in profiles for both CBD and cannabis and how important it is to know what you're taking and why you're taking it. So, Josh,
Yes.
welcome again.
Hey, thank
Good
you
to
for having
see
me
you.
back.
And
Always
it's nice to be
welcome.
live again.
Yes, sir.
Nice
always,
to be live.
always a pleasure to be here
Nice
with
to
you.
be
And we
live.
appreciate you inviting me on. So, terpenes are a lesser known constituent of the cannabis and the hemp plant, and a lot of people are not sure what value they have, but the medicinal value of terpenes cannot be overstated. First of all, let's talk about where they come from. Terpenes actually come from the same glands that the cannabinoids come from. It's the trichomes of the cannabis or hemp plant. Now, way back when terpenes were first basically being evolved, it was for two reasons: to attract pollinators, right? And to detract people that wanted to come, not people, but animals that wanted to come and eat it. So to get prey away from them. But over the millennia, it actually developed and took on a medicinal role. So when people try a cannabis product, whether it's hemp-based or like medical marijuana, and they have a certain experience, like maybe they feel uplifted and invigorated, or just the opposite, they feel kind of sedate and relaxed and calm, it's not so much the strain that it's an indica or a sativa or a hybrid. That has a little bit to do with it, but the majority of this expression that you're experiencing actually comes from the terpenes. So when you are using a product that you feel is effective for your symptom, don't just look at the amount of milligrams on the bottle, or if it's a vape cartridge, the strain that it is. Drill down, if you can, into the terpene profile. And what you will find is that you'll start to look for other hemp-derived or cannabis-derived products based more on the terpene profile than the actual name of the strain or the type indica, sativa, or hybrid.
Yeah, that's great. And I know Josh made a presentation to our Florida Medical Marijuana Physicians Group, and well receptive by the physicians. Of course, a lot of times they need to be reminded too. So tell us a little bit about a couple of the terpenes and what people should look for. So if I give you an example, I have a chronic pain, let's say within my neck.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what would you, from a CBD standpoint, but if I need something stronger from a THC standpoint and medical cannabis, what should they look for? What is that key ingredient besides anything else?
So, and that's a great question. So, cariphyllene, beta-cariphyllene, alpha-cariphyllene, these are very good pain reducers. Humulene is another, good anti-inflammatory pain reducer. There are thousands, literally, of terpenes in plants, and just like cannabinoids that are being discovered all the time. I remember about 7 years ago when I first got into the hemp and CBD world, there was only 130 cannabinoids. Fast forward 7 years, now there's 150. Now we know that there's more, but they just need to be discovered. Same thing with terpenes. So the terpene profiles in cannabis are, still just being learned, and the purpose of them and what they actually do physiologically in a person's body. But beta-cariphyllene, alpha-cariphyllene, humulene are excellent terpenes to attack inflammation or chronic pain.
So if you're looking for something, whether it be a CBD product like a Pur Well, or you're looking for one of the MMTCs, you should really dig down deep into the lab report to see what's in there, and not necessarily just go by a name or something like that, unless you're totally reliable on the product.
That's
correct?
A very, very, very good point. Like most cannabis companies that are doing things right, they do their third-party lab tests, send their products out. It's taken by a third party, no affiliation to the company, and tested for safety, for potency, all of that stuff. Part of a cannabinoid profile test is a terpene test. So you can actually get that profile, to use Charles's word, of cannabinoids and terpenes that are present in that product. And again, if you like the way the product makes you feel, take note of the terpene profile and go find other products with similar terpene profiles. Conversely, if you take a product and it doesn't work for you or you just don't like it, you better learn what the terpene profile is so that you can maybe avoid products with those terpene profiles, or maybe try them in other form factors and see if you get the same result or if you get a little bit more of an improvement. But naturally, if you don't get a positive result, that's your body's way, or your endocannabinoid system's way of telling you that those terpenes don't do as good for you as maybe others.
Right.
So.
And the key to it, and Josh and I were talking earlier about this, is if you don't buy a quality product, and really all of the MMTCs, the medical cannabis, they're tested, they're quality. I mean, it's not like buying it on the street, it's quality. But the one that isn't is the CBD business. And when I hear somebody come over to me and say, well, Charles, I've tried CBD and it does nothing for me, I always have to question, well, where did you buy it? And what did you pay for it? If you bought a 30 milligram bottle of 500 milligrams CBD and you paid $10 for it, I can flat out tell you it's not going to do anything for you. So don't discount the value of a CBD product without getting a quality pharmaceutical grade, and you're going to have to pay for that. It's like anything else. If you're going to go out and buy it, get something in a drugstore that is approved and tested, you're going to pay for it. But there's too many markets out there that the quality, again, nobody's telling you this is quality unless you look for it yourself.
Correct. And to your point before, when we were having that conversation about compliance, is that it's still lacking. And the people and the companies that want the screws of compliance to be tightened are the ones that want to continue to comply and do things the right way. And that is going to separate those, players that have those kind of lower quality products from the ones that really are effective when they try the product. And you don't want to go wasting your money. Like, you wouldn't go to a gas station and ask for a medical device, so why would you buy CBD? Or I see these like, Yohimbe and
right.
like these vitamin B liquids, and people buy them. What is that? So it's a very good point. And there are, unfortunately, more companies out there that do cut corners and costs than do it the right way. So we are constantly in need of educating these people the difference, and differentiation is really the key. So great.
And dealing with a quality company. I mean, there are many quality companies out there, but the problem is you can't buy price.
That's
mean, if you're just going out and buying price, you're not going to get the strength you're looking for, the terpenes you're looking for. As one might say, every CBD is not created equal.
Correct.
And just because it said CBD, 500 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams, I mean, I've seen one that's 3 or 4 or 5,000 milligrams.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with it unless you're getting a quality product and you know actually what's in it besides CBD and the terpene profiles.
Right. Don't cut corners when it comes to your hemp or your cannabis-derived products, because you want quality and you want safety and lab tests, so you know that whatever you're taking into your body is safe and, doesn't have these nefarious, chemicals or residual solvents or anything left in there. And like Charles said, you're going to pay more for that, but peace of mind is worth it.
Right,
sure.
and you want it to work. You don't want to buy something that doesn't work.
Correct.
So we can do a little commercial here. So tell us, I know Pur Well has a lot of new products coming out.
Yes.
They're focused. So tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah. So we, over the past 4 or 5 months, we actually launched a Delta 8 gummy and a Delta 8 tincture. We weren't going to do that, but we were almost forced to. And the reason is because we went around looking at the Delta 8 products that were being sold on the market in vape shops and head shops and even in quality stores, CBD dispensaries, and they were all full of high fructose corn syrup, artificial dyes and flavors and colors, and they weren't healthy. They were sprayed versus infused, so the consistency from piece to piece in a gummy, there is no consistency.
Right, exactly.
So that almost forced our hand into this. We said, all right, we have to level the playing field here and give people a clean gummy and a clean tincture. So we took just natural ingredients. We took Delta 8 THC isolate. We didn't add any terpenes or flavonoids. We wanted to put that on the stage and highlight it as a very effective cannabinoid. And then we used not high fructose corn syrup, but organic cane sugar and organic tapioca to give it the sugar source, less than 3 grams per piece. The coloring and the flavoring comes from organic fruit juice concentrate. And then the rest is that nice, organic, natural Delta 8 THC extract, distillate as we call it. And then we put that into a tincture form as well. And we have a sample pack that comes in 2 gummies, so people want to try before they buy, they can do that. We just took from the farm our 10 count bottle, which is really cute. So maybe 2 pieces isn't enough for a person to evaluate. They don't want to make the jump to the big 30 count bottle. We have a 10 count bottle in the middle there for both the Delta 8 gummies and the Pure Sleep gummies. And we are getting ready, probably within the next 2 months, to launch a rheumatology-focused product that's going to have, it's in a gummy form, it's going to have boswellia, curcumin, turmeric, Chinese skullcap, things that target severe inflammation in rheumatology patients. So we're always trying to put out quality products, efficacious products, and products that make people go, wow. And since we only market through the healthcare and medical professional communities, we got to always put our best foot forward.
Right. And again, pharmaceutical grade. The other thing is, if you're watching this, you have some questions, you can direct them to Josh, or you know how to reach me. You can direct them to me, and I can get them to Josh, and they'll be glad to help you. But remember, CBD is a good product. It will help you if taken correctly. And too many people all of a sudden back off by saying it doesn't work. The reality of it is, it will work if you're taking it correctly. And Josh,
I could not say it better myself.
I want to thank you for coming by,
Appreciate
and
it all the time.
hopefully we'll have a great show, and look forward to seeing you later on.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye now. Thank you for that. That's great.